I can't be nice anymore. I can't do it. In my other videos about plastic surgery, I always say it's your face, do what you want, but it's getting harder and harder for me to continue saying that. And I know that the title Night of the Living Botox is a little harsh, but some of these people don't even look human anymore, and seeing them is a jump scare. My name is Dakota Sage, welcome to my channel. Today we are talking about Botox. Again. Just every time I turn around, there's a new reason to bring it up. If you haven't watched any of my previous videos on injectables, surgery, social media, beauty standards, what have you, I will have them linked down below. But recently, the thing that has brought Botox back into the forefront of social media is the newly announced Love Island cast. They've been getting some heat recently. People are saying that a few of the women look way older than they actually are. They say that even though these women are in their mid-20s, they look like they're in their late 30s or even 40s. And why do they look like this? Because they are pumped full of Botox and filler. And I don't really know why people are just taking notice of this now, because reality TV, especially dating shows, have been notorious for having cast members with a lot of injectables. One of my favorite reality TV shows is The Challenge, and I'll tell you, sometimes it's a little distracting looking at these people. We always see influencers with a lot of work done, but when they post pictures or videos, they Facetune and Photoshop to make sure that they get the perfect look. Reality shows don't do that. For the most part, reality shows are not editing their cast, so people are seeing what the overuse of filler and Botox actually looks like, and it is rough. I think that a lot of these people not only look 40, they look like 40-year-olds with a ton of Botox and filler. So how does this happen? I thought the whole point of injectables was to make yourself look younger. Well, they can, but they have to be used in the right way. To put it simply, filler is concentrated hyaluronic acid and complex sugars injected into the face to make up for lost volume. So when you're 50 and your skin is starting to sag from losing fat in your face, you can inject filler to replace this fat, therefore giving you a more youthful look. And Botox is a neurotoxin that temporarily paralyzes your muscles so that they cannot contract, making you less likely to form deep-set wrinkles. These injectables are supposed to give people the appearance of reversed aging, but in the case of these 20-somethings, they really haven't aged yet at all. They don't have any lost volume or deep-set wrinkles, so when they get fillers and Botox, it's actually just stretching their skin and giving them that pillow face look. Preventative Botox is probably one of the biggest scams I've ever heard in my entire life. Then, as the skin stretches, they tend to get more and more until all of a sudden they look like this. I wholly and honestly don't think that injectors should recommend these procedures for anyone under the age of 30 because their faces just aren't mature enough to handle it. But the thing is, a lot of these injectors have had a ton of work done, so they can't really tell anybody no.
Emma, how old are you?
22.
How many units of Botox do you have?
32.
55.
And how many units of Botox do you have?
64.
And how old are you?
24.
And how many units of Botox do you have?
I have 104. I have 40 in my masseters and 64 in my face.
How old are you?
44.
And how many units of Botox do you have?
76.
Devaney, how old are you?
23.
And how many units of Botox do you have?
60.
This sounds horrible, but if I decided one day that I really wanted injections and I walked into the clinic and saw people that looked like this, I think I would change my mind. All of these women look like they are at least in their 40s. The 56-year-old looking 40? Okay, pretty nice, job well done. The 20-somethings looking 40? Foul. How could you do that to somebody? And it's very obvious to me that these women have Botox blindness. Lately, there's been a trend on TikTok where people show photos of their 2016 block eyebrows and say that they had eyebrow blindness, which basically means that they didn't realize how ridiculous they looked until years later after things had already changed. And the same thing is happening with injections. The only problem is you can wipe off fake eyebrows, but if you irreparably damage your skin and muscles with Botox and fillers, you can't just fix that. Pillow face happens over time from repeated injections, not from getting it done once. And most of the people don't realize how extreme they look compared to the first time they got injections. When you get injections and then constantly get them touched up, you're actually just piling filler on top of filler and Botox on top of Botox, which is what Botox blindness is. Like I talked about in one of my earlier videos, Courtney Cox had Botox blindness and ended up getting everything removed when she realized just how simply bad she looked. And as much as I think that everyone is beautiful in their own way, I don't think it's wrong to say that these people look bad. They are objectively making themselves look worse, and they don't even realize it. I'm not saying any of this stuff to try to put other women down or imply that I'm morally superior because I don't have these procedures done. I'm saying this stuff to try to get people to realize that these procedures are not necessarily the best thing for them. And the root of the problem is that women are under extreme pressure because social media is cultivating a beauty standard that is so unattainable, it's not even funny. And cosmetic surgeons just so happen to be taking advantage of it. In my video, The Predator That Is Plastic Surgery, I was talking about how the industry takes advantage of these insecurities and tries to pressure people into getting procedures that they don't need. And one of the comments was like, "You're not spreading positivity, you're just too young and don't understand life." Yeah, I don't know how to do my taxes, but I do know that people are ruining their faces chasing a standard that they are never going to be able to achieve. Sometimes I get comments and I'm like, okay, you either didn't watch the video or you're just an idiot, but I digress. There was even a book called The Uglies about a society where when people turn 16, the government gives them surgery to become one of the pretties. And the book is a dystopian novel, and the crazy part is, we're not that far off. In South Korea, it is completely normal to get reconstructive facial surgery before you're done high school, and even in the US, more and more teenagers are getting procedures. I honestly think that the whole concept of Botox is dystopian. Yeah, I put my muscles into paralysis so that I don't look 35 when I am 35. Huh? Do you hear yourself? And that sounds crazy, but when thousands of people online are telling you, oh, just get a little Botox, just do Pilates for 3 hours a day, just don't eat over 1,200 calories and you'll be beautiful, people are going to do these things, even if it's actually hurting them. At this point, the only thing combating these things is seeing people that actually f themselves over. Anyway, social media is fake, and don't hurt yourself trying to get approval from somebody that does not care about you. That's it for today, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, have a great rest of your day.